Cotzal is a Mayan community of 20,000 people nestled in the mountainous Guatemalan highlands. It is one of 3 communities that make up an area referred to as the Ixil Triangle. This Mayan culture is rich in tradition and ceremonial festivities. However, in recent history, Cotzal became the center of a long and violent civil war which ended in 1996. Over 200,000 indigenous were killed and over 1 million were displaced, having been caught in the crossfire. Today, 8 of 10 families live in extreme poverty. 70% of children suffer the consequences of chronic malnutrition. Only 3 in 10 children will complete the 6th grade. Illiteracy rates are highest in all of Latin America. This was not acceptable for Tabita Juana Toma de la Cruz, who obeyed God's call on her life to work to educate the children in the community.
Bienvenidos hermanos aquí a San Juan Cotzal.
Welcome brothers and sisters to San Juan Cotzal.
Y específicamente en las instalaciones del Colegio Evangélico Horeb.
Especially in the installation of the school Horeb.
El primer centro educativo.
The first educational center.
Con principios cristianos.
With Christian principles.
Recently, Tabita took the time to share her story. In 1983, Tabita's father Nicholas, who was a pastor in Cotzal, was executed on his way home from leading a church service in a nearby village. Nicholas was one of the 2 people credited for saving the community of Cotzal from being burned to the ground during the height of the conflict. Tabita was just 15 years old at the time. She beat the odds and completed her education with the assistance of a local Wycliffe missionary. She moved to Guatemala City and received a degree at the university. She anticipated an easier life in the city as she received lucrative job offers. However, she could not leave the children of Cotzal behind. After much prayer, she gave up that better life and returned to Cotzal, leaning on God to help her start a Christian school. Colegio Horeb began in 2007 with only 20 students in grades 1 through 6. Unable to pay teachers and leasing dilapidated space, she pressed on, relentless, relying on God. In 2012, there were 86 students crammed into the small school. Tabita tirelessly ministers to each and every child. She relentlessly works to reach out to the people of Cotzal, uniting them in prayer for their children and their community. Tabita is a true street saint. Tabita describes a time of fasting and prayer as she listened to God's call upon her life. She felt called to provide a quality education in a Christian environment. At Colegio Horeb, prayer and Bible study are incorporated into the classroom. And every Thursday, there is a time of devotion which is led by the students. Currently, the school consists of grades 1 through 6. However, Tabita's vision does not end there. The board, under Tabita's guidance, is in the process of working to acquire land on which to build their own school, escaping the current physical conditions. She dreams of starting a kindergarten, reaching children at an even earlier age. She's excited and motivated by the vision of starting a Christian middle school in Cotzal. Tabita understands that Christian education is an important path towards improving the quality of life for the community that her father gave his life for. Walking the streets of Cotzal, listening to Tabita share the burdens and joys of her journey, you really come to appreciate that you are in the presence of greatness.